Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I am having a go at a different kind of construction, bookbinding construction called dragon scale. Now I will tag the lady that I found the idea from. I'm doing it similar to what she has, but I'm kind of, I've not made one up yet. I've got the basic idea and we're just going to see how we go. I'm going to be using some pattern paper, and this is the digital version of Jamie's original The Gilded Age print pack. So I have printed some pieces here, and yeah, we're going to see how it goes. So I have a piece of craft card, which is I'm making the base of my piece here. It's the whole sort of long length of piece of A4, as you see, like that. And then this is 6¼ inches, and I have scored it at 5 7/8 because that's, that's in half. Please excuse my messy nails. I've been doing some other things. Right, so I have 5 pieces of paper for my pages, and these each measure 6 this way by 6, so sorry, 6 this way by 6¼ this way, and then they need to be folded in half like so. So kind of getting all this little prep stuff done, and I'm hoping so yes, another one, and I am using 5. Now you can use plain paper, you could use cartridge paper, you could use the pattern paper, but the point of a dragon scale is that it has a, doesn't have to, but traditionally my understanding is it has a pattern on it that goes over the 5 pages. So I wouldn't necessarily want to use my pattern paper. So I've got my 5 pieces here, and then in my cover I've marked here at 1/2 inch spaces. Now I'm going to need to redo that because I'm going to want to cover my book, a little journal, whatever you like to call it. So I'm going to use, I think, these ones for the inside. So find my pencil. Oh yeah, where's my pencil? Bear with me a minute. On pencil. Okay, so I do tend to do these kind of things by eyes. So I should just mark a little way in, and then we'll do the same here. I'm going to do it from the end because I quite like the quite nice pictures, designs at the ends. So don't need to do that one. So let's just oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah, let's do this there, and then there, and there, and then that's my pieces for the inside, like so. Now this side you're not going to see a whole lot of that, but it's worth having there because you will see a little bit. So I'm just going to stick these down. I'm using paper bindery glue from Jamie's Originals to stick these down. So And this one. So, and then I think what we'll do is also decide on the cover. And I think I'm going to use this lovely lady because this guy is the one I want, hopefully, to use as my picture inside, which it will become clearer as we go. Now, the reason I didn't cut this with the other piece is because this I need to to think about where I want to. So I'm going to cut here and here and there. So that would be the front. It's a very, very lovely lady on this particular sheet. Oops, that's too far. So that, and then find my lines on there and on there. So that's going to be the cover, and then use this bit. These are really beautiful images. This one will be fine as it is, I think. Oh, this is just, you could use a piece of pattern card. You could use, I suppose, like a nice heavyweight scrapbooking paper to create the actual cover itself. But yeah, I'm using the Kraft card and then covering it with pieces from the Gilded Age digital print. That. Let's get the cover on. Make sure I've got that. I've got that the right way. So, if you have a printer that will take card, you can always print these straight onto the card. I chose not to this time. Sometimes I do, but I chose not to on this one. So there's that the front. Okay, now I need to get my ruler, and I am working in inches, so I'm just going up to where the fold is, and then I'm going to mark. I'm trying to keep this level. I'm going to mark at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 2, and 2.5 inches. Okay, and I'm going to just mark that line also at the top, because we're going to need to excuse me, I'm leaning over. We need to make them we're going to line something up with these marks. So I'm making sure I've got them top and bottom. So, okay. So I've now made 5 marks for my 5 pieces, and they are going to end up sitting in like this. And these essentially make the dragon scale. And the image, I've got these all the same size. The image, in fact, I'm going to probably want two images, and that's fine because we can sort that out. The image will sit over here, over this. You'll be able to see the whole image. I'll show you, it sort of sits all across that. That's the idea. Now we need to be able to fix these in. So, what I've got here, this is quite a lightweight calico, and what I need to do, I've thought there are 1 inch wide by, I think I made them 6. Did I make them 6? Yes, 6 inches long and 1 inch wide, and they need to be folded in half. And I'm going to stick the first one to there. So I've got the 2 lines, so I'll get it top and bottom. Okay. So let's put that one in. So I'm going to actually put the glue down here. And I am actually going to turn it. And please excuse me, I'm just bringing this a bit closer to me so that I can make sure that I've got this lined up. So that's the first one. Then the second one sits in that one. Okay, so we're going to put the glue in there. And our second one is going to sit like so. Try to keep them sort of in line. These are going to form the hinges for the pages. Okay, which will hopefully become a little bit clearer later. If you've got, these will be seen. So if you've got like a lightweight cotton fabric that will go with whatever your theme is for, or your little journal, you could always use that instead. My understanding from watching the lady's video is that these make it easy to flip. It doesn't happen quite so easily if you use paper. So I'm following what she said, and we've gone for fabric. I think she used like a bed sheet, you know, just a piece of cotton. So there we go. So I've got our five spines in. And what happens now is we glue this one, that's up to there, and glues onto that. Okay. And this is where I said you will see some of the you will see the calico. Okay. Now I've done these measurements so that I've got space top and at the bottom and at the side. Okay. So let's get these in now. So let's put a little bit of glue on here. I need to make sure that goes up. You can just see that light where that line is. Making sure I've got it reasonably. And I'm going to bring that over onto this piece of paper like so. Now, you can, at this stage, you can make decisions. You can just glue it here. If you glue it at the bottom, then you create a pocket. If you can glue it here and create a pocket that way. And there also is, which I am going to have a go at. I think, yeah, I think if you glue it across the two, and then you make a cut in here Let's have a think. This one I'm just going to glue in so that you can see how this works. So this is, that's the first one on its hinge. Okay. So add a bit of music. We'll have one. Okay, so you want to make sure you've lined the paper up top and bottom. I'm hoping this is going to work. I think I might have gone too far up near the top, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. So again, I'm going to start by this one by putting the glue here. So I'm butting it up to here, making sure I've got this in line with the other piece of paper and butted up to this fold here. And then, oh, don't glue yourself down. Don't glue yourself down. No, you don't need a lot of glue. Let's get one in. There we go. Okay. Oh, now I know what I should have done. I am going to just go back to this one and I am going to put some glue in at the bottom to make that one into a top pocket. Glue it to the bottom. So I'm going to make that one into a top pocket. Okay. I'm not sure I really want bottom pockets, so I'm not going to do a bottom. I think I'll just have this one as another top pocket. So I'm going to glue along here and up here. I think the middle one is the one that I'm going to try. Just trying to make sure I'm not gluing this. So I think what I'm going to do, she didn't actually explain how she did this, but my feeling is I'm going to use my knife and I'm going to measure in 1/2 inch from the top and 1/2 inch from the bottom, and I'm going to cut on the fold. I'm going to cut between those lines. Oh no. Okay. Got a little bit of a raggedy edge there. See if I can rescue that with a pair of scissors. Using a not sharp enough knife, but we'll go with that. We'll go with that. So I'm going to stick this one here. So again, I'm going to glue this first. This bit. Again, make sure we're lined up with the other pieces of paper, because if they're not, well, I mean, it's not going to make a huge difference, but the better you can line them up, the better the flip on the dragon scale. If you're adding a picture, the better that will look if you have the pieces lined up. Okay, so we're going to put glue along here, down here, and along here. In fact, I'm also going to make sure I've got some glue here to make sure that's strong enough. A bit of calico on my glue there. So we're going to fold that over like so. So we'll have our little side pocket like that. I think that's going to work quite well. Just make sure this paper is glued down nicely. Like so. And then excuse me. So yeah. This is one thing just to be wary of. You don't end up sticking stuff to itself. I think we'll go with this one. So let's put that up. ça. Like so. And then we'll go, yeah, just with another bottom pocket because I just think that's easier. I'm not so keen on things coming out the bottom. I don't mind the side. So basically, we've got, I mean, you don't need to have any pockets, quite frankly. You could just glue them all completely down, but it means I will have, you can already see how this is flipping. And my understanding is if you use paper, it doesn't flip in quite such a fluid way. Right, so this is our last piece. Oh, have I got that up the wrong way? I have. There we go. Make sure it's up the right way. So again, making sure I've got it lined up with the others. So, oh, the cookie. I'm like, so, because I've got gluey fingers, I'm now gluing. Oh, is that lined up? It's lined up enough. It's lined up enough. Then we'll glue that one. So we've got a bottom pocket on that one as well. There we go. Right, so that is basically how the dragon scale works, okay? And then the idea is that you have an image that we're going to cut out and stick on to these pieces, okay? So I'm going to move it over a bit. I want that to be the end of the image, and so that then is the other end. And then we need to know that, well, it'll be 6, won't it? But I'm just going to make sure. Okay, so like I said, I've not actually put one of these together yet. So this is me sort of kind of working it out on the hoof, shall we say. Okay, right. Yeah. And right. And we're going to do it this way. And then I also think it would be nice to do it, to have an image on that one as well. Anyway, let's go with this one. Oh, there. I didn't cut that one. I didn't trim it on that one. Do that. There. Right. So what I'm doing now is I'm lining it up here. And I'm just going to make my mark at the edge of each of these pieces. Okay. That's the theory of it. Let's see. Now I'm going to cut on those lines. There. Don't want to lose those. There. There. Keep them in the right order. There. Okay, right. Let's see if this will work. So I've decided to cover the whole of that one. You might decide not to. You might decide to just do it as an edge strip. But I quite like the idea of covering all of that. So it's a whole image that we can see there. So we're going to get that up to the edge. It needs to be on the edge there. Okay. So this one will now stick on the edge here. On the edge. Let's see. Ooh, ooh. Might not be completely perfect, but actually, that's not bad. Not bad. I think I've not. What you can see is this piece. I've not brought this out quite far enough over, but that's a live and learn type thing. Excuse me. I've got glue all over my hands. I've got bits of calico sticking to the glue on my fingers. But hopefully we're getting the idea here. Oh, nearly stuck that on the wrong place. This needs to be on the edge. Now, we do need to be a little bit careful with this one because this is where we've got our pockets. We don't want to be sticking it. So our pocket. Oh, I am loving this. I am loving this. Oh, yes, I am loving this. It's actually a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be. So I'm really chuffed. I think working out the measurements in advance helps because and that was quite straightforward. Give me 2 secs to get. Oh no. Oh, that one's on that one. And I'll explain how I worked it out. What I did when I decided this was the size I wanted it, I measured 1/2 inches for my 5, and then I took see that. Oh, please don't, please. Why are we not? I'm wondering if I've got some glue somewhere because it's not, that's not flipping. Where is it not? Why is it not flipping? Right. I'm hoping, which one is it? It's this one that's not wanting to go anywhere. Wonder if it's got a bit stuck somewhere. Yeah, it's definitely that one. Yeah, it's it's this catching on that. Aha, okay. Maybe. How can we sort that out? Just gonna have to budget for this one, but that is definitely something to be aware of for future ones. Oh, yes, that's kind of helped. So where I haven't, it's catching under there. Okay. I might need to just give that one a little bit more of a trim. But you get the idea. So the scales go over like that. And now we can do this image fit on there. Yes, that image will fit there. That would be beautiful to have. So we'll use this image for this back one. So I'm going to do the same again, marking it here. And then, oh, it's not on the edge of each paper. In theory, it should be 1/2 inch, but you know how things are when you stick them, when you're playing around with sticking things down. It doesn't always work that way. So that's why I'm kind of doing it a little bit by eye. I can also see that this might be where it's sticking. This one's a little bit higher. Can you see? I don't know if you can see that. I haven't quite got these pieces in line. But again, this is a kind of like I say, I've never ever done this before. So we are kind of, right, we might have to do this at a slight angle. We might just have to ignore the bottom bit. Let me just put the height of this on there. Right, we'll go with that and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But oh, not the wrong way, but you're getting the idea, hopefully, of where how the dragon scale works. Right. All these bits I'm keeping because I'm going to once I finish doing the actual thing, we'll do we need to do a closure. Well, we don't have to do a closure, but I might do a closure, and then we need to look at I'm going to add some bits in to, you know, to make it a proper little journal. So we've got one, take that in order, two, three, that way up. So that way there. So we'll start from this end this time. We'll start with this piece on here and try and make sure I get it up to this, got it up to the edge of the paper. Oh. I'm really pleased with how this is working out because, like I said, I've never tried it before, but it seems to work. You know, but I like the effect. I was just thinking it might be quite tricky to do. Right, so I just need to keep those in the right order. There we go. So this one is on this here. Okay, so I mean you could if you wanted to. If you, I always forget till afterwards and it's too late. Think about inking the edges of the pages. Nice and down. What I might do is that one's a little bit below. Not going to affect the picture because everything will still be in the right alignment, but it will just stop that being. So this is the next piece. And then it's these bits that we'll decorate. We'll add in pockets, tuck spots, because they won't particularly they won't affect. I'll probably leave this piece and still that bit in there. I'm not wanting to play. And this piece. Oh no, I might put something here because it doesn't affect that image. Oh, this is the bit that is going to annoy me, and I do think it's something to do because it's the only one doing it. I think it's something to do with this. It's the only thing I can think of at the moment. Right, anyway, let's finish what we've started. Some line here. Again, you can see that, if you can, the kind of crumbly edge there. I would possibly in future not put a side pocket in because I do think that's what's and maybe just make every other one a pocket rather than having a pocket in all, if that makes sense. Yeah, definitely we'll do that. Now you see this is where it's all got gone a little bit wrong, but I can live with that. I can live with that. Really, it's really annoying me. But, you know, as I said, for the first time going through, I don't think done too badly with it. So hmm. Anyway, I am just I'm giving myself a headache over it. Anyway, so this one is not quite so well. But you at least it doesn't affect the sort of um the tail. So I can live with that. So that is effectively uh the dragon's scale, the idea of the dragon scale. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some pockets and some tags, you know, just the usual kind of thing to it. And I'll come back and show you that, and then I'll show you how to do a closure. I think that's going to be the easiest way for me. I know it was the way that the lady did it as well on her videos, but I think before I add a closure on, I want to make sure that, you know, I've got in everything that I want to get in. So I will be back once I have added all my bits in. Again, I will be using things from the Gilded Age digital paper print collection from Janie's Originals. So I will be back very shortly for you, but it'll take me a little while here. So I have all my ephemera in my journal, which I will show you in a minute. But I want to just do the closure. I was just thinking that I might put a bit of lace on the front, but we'll see. So I've used my punches. These are X-cut circle punches. I think that this is the large and the medium of the three I have. So what I've done is I punched several. So here I've got 2 pieces of craft card and a piece of pattern paper, and the same there. This will be for the front, and then 2 of the smaller and a piece of paper. And then for the back, I've got 3 of the card, 1 of the paper, and then 2 of the card, 1 of the paper. And I've just used my my awl to make holes. If you punch a piece of paper and fold it in half and then fold it in half again, it'll give you the center, and you can then use that to get as good as the center as you can. So this is going to be the back. So I'm using brads, but what I will do, this is where I find out whether I've punched the hole big enough or pierced the hole big enough to get my brads through. There we go. So this is going to be the back. So I'm actually going to put a bit of glue around here because I want the my twine, the thing I'm going to use to fasten it. I want it to stick. So this is then going to go through. Sorry, I've got off camera. So that's then going to go through that hole if I haven't stuck myself to the string. Just keep that in there. Push. Oh, I might. Well, actually, I think it's the fact that this brad has got 2 different length bits, if you know what I mean. So just going to open that out, and that should now be secure, and that's going to just sit on the back there. So I'm just going to glue that one. I haven't cut this yet because I don't know how long I want it, so I'm just gonna hold that for a little bit just to make sure, because obviously there's a brad in the middle. Just want to make sure that the glue is going to stick, and then we'll just leave that there for a second. Okay, so with this one, where's the other bit gone? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this one, what you need is you need a gap, which is what this, oh, I haven't done that. I've used it as a bit of a feature, but here I need the brad to go through all three. I do think I haven't made quite big enough holes for these brads. I'm going to put a little bit of glue just around that so that when this one goes on, it will stick there. And then I'm going to put glue around that and then put this one on. Don't necessarily need the paper on the bottom one, but sometimes I think you can see it. So, okay. Okay. But hopefully this is now stuck. So this one's going to sit on the front here. And then what we're going to do is just, I'm hoping, let's just check I've got room. The twine will just wind round and sit inside of there and hold it in place. So that does look like it's going to be fine. So we're going to glue this one on the front here, just try and make sure the flowers, the one with the poppies, I just want to make sure that flower is up the right way and we're roughly in line with the one on the back. So just going to push that down into place. And then we'll secure it. And then what I'll do is then I'll do a flip through without me yakking. I'll do a flip through and that will come up after we finish this little bit. So I'm just trying to decide how much I might want. I'm going to cut to there. I don't want to do it just yet because obviously it's not quite dry. But let's see. Yeah, it'll sit in there nicely. Just pull and hold. Probably don't need much on it. So like so. Okay, so yeah, I will do a bit of a flip through. Probably you'll see I'll have put some lace on here because I think it needs something else on the front. And then yeah, that's my my take on a dragon scale journal. Thank you for joining me and see what I can come up with for the next one.